Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jade and today I'm doing my November TBR. It's quite a lot, but considering how much I read last month, I'm hoping I'll actually be able to do this. But I mean, pets are coming out to The Sims 4, so I might not have free time. We'll just have to see. But the first book I want to read this month is actually this one. This is Curtsies and Conspiracies by Gail Carriger. It's the second book to Etiquette and Espionage, which is about the school for female spies. Basically, you're trained to be a spy. And it's really freaking good, and it's funny. It's really funny, and it has kind of a steampunk vibe. Definitely has a steampunk vibe, actually. So if you're into steampunk books, these definitely are like them. I think there's 4 or 5 books in the series, not completely sure. This is going to be a pretty quick read, but it's also going to be funny, and I really enjoyed the first one, so I think I'll enjoy this one. And I actually really love the color theme they have going on. Like, look how cool her dress is. Pretty cool. The next book I have is The Disappearances by Emily Murphy. I got a lot of the library books just because they have a lot of the new books that I actually wanted to buy, but I don't have money right now because I don't have a job yet. I just applied those. I'm hoping to get one soon. But this is about a girl named Aliyah, I think, maybe. And I think her mother disappeared, right? And she lives in this town, or her mom lives in this town, or something like that. Or she goes back to the town where her mom's from, and whatever. It's this town where things disappear, like, slowly. Things just disappear. There's things like, you know, let's see, what have disappeared? We have, scents of flowers and food, reflections from mirrors and lakes, even the ability to dream. Vanish every 7 years, so something new vanishes. But then, so the people always believed that her mother, Juliet, was responsible, which is interesting. And then the next disappearances is coming, so she does live here. So the next disappearance is coming, and, you know, things probably get dramatic. But her mother is gone, so I think she must have been disappeared somehow. But this seems like a really good book. Sasha talked about it from A Book Utopia, and so did, Why Can't I Ever Remember Your Name? Even though you're one of my favorite booktubers. I don't know. But the person who also does the Sasha's book, like the monthly book reading thing they have. Good job, Jade. Pretty cover though. I like it. It's pretty, like, I like the blue theme, and I like how she's holding the mirror. I don't know, it's really cool. The next book I have is Warcross by Mary Lou. Sure you've heard about this book because it's been everywhere. But it's basically about this game that everyone's addicted to, and there's like, but there's also, of course, it's a big national game, there's also smuggling that happens into it. So this girl somehow gets sucked into the game, so she hacks into the game when the opening of, she hacks into it when the opening game of the International Warcross Championships happens, but then she ends up getting glitched into the game somehow. So the creator is having her, basically, he wants her to find out about the smuggling so he can put a stop to it, because he doesn't want that in his game. And I don't know, it's probably gonna get pretty, it's probably not gonna go as planned, basically, but it sounds pretty darn good. The next book I have here is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. So it's basically kind of like the Breakfast Club. It has 5 people that are like the princess, you know, the nerd, the jock, all of those things, the outcast. But one of them dies. And so one of the 4 left must have killed him or knows what happened. And it's basically a mystery to find out who did it. And it looks pretty good. And I think the cover's really cool. The book's covers are pretty awesome lately, I have to say. The next book is one I want to read. I've been wanting to read for so long, and I've even checked it out a couple times, but I've just never gotten to it. And honestly, I'm not even sure if I will now, because it's like my last in the order of all the books I want to read, because they're all new and this isn't. But this is The Inexplicable Logic of My Life by Benjamin Senes. And I love I read, what's his other book? Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. That's one of my favorite contemporaries I've ever read. It kind of reminds me of, in a weird way, it reminds me of, They Both Die at the End. But I just love him. I don't even know what this is about. I just love this author. He is actually one of my favorite authors, even though I've only read one of his books. And I really want to read it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But, like, I like the theme going on. It's cool. And then I have 2 more books. The next book I have is Spellbook of the Lost and Found, which is actually, the premise is a lot like Disappearances. And basically things disappear too. Like, this one has different descriptions though. So this one has, so it's a small Irish town this time. So things begin to disappear. It starts with trivial stuff like hair clips, house keys, socks, but then it soon escalates to bigger things, a memory, a heart, a classmate. So her best friend basically loses her heart, like she's a completely different person. And then someone named Laurel, and then diary pages written by someone named Laura began to appear all over town. So the main character meets 3 mysterious strangers who are squatting in an abandoned housing development place. And then a tattered handwritten spellbook falls into the lives of the 6 teenagers, and it changes everything. Ooh, so the spellbook is full of charms to conjure back that which has been lost, and it lists a part for each of them to play in the calling. It might be their best chance to see everything back to right, if only they're willing to pay the price. So it's definitely a different premise, but it's also kind of the same. And it is also extremely gorgeous. I have a thing for redheads, just in general. My boyfriend's a redhead. Like, redheads are gorgeous. And this is so pretty. Like, this is probably one of the prettiest book covers I've ever seen as well. Love it. And then the last book I want to read is The Gravekeepers by Elizabeth Byron. And this is just a short contemporary, but it's about this girl whose family works and lives on a graveyard. Like, they're the gravekeepers. And, you know, she's trying to fall in love. There's one here. So they live basically secluded lives. And then a tragic accident happened to her older sister the year before she was born. So her parents are really protective. But then, you know, she grapples with a newfound enemy at school. She loses I don't know, it seems like a lot of bad things will happen, but she also, you know, meets a new boy, I think. It sounds really interesting. It feels so good, you guys. It's like one of those really nice feeling books. I love it. It's pretty. I really like the green and the pink color scheme. It's pretty. I like it. Alright, you guys, that's all I have. I'm hoping that I'll actually get to more books than this. I have a couple books I'd love to read. I would also really love to read Far from the Tree by Robin Benway, which is about this girl who gets pregnant at 16 and gives her baby up for adoption, and then she learns she had been given up for adoption. She has 2 other siblings, and it's about the 3 siblings' lives and what they're going through. And it just seems really, really, really good. But this is so gorgeous too. But I'm hoping to get to a lot of books, basically. But I hope you liked this video. If you did, leave me a like down below and comment what books you have on your TBR, because I would love to add some more to mine. Because I'm mean to myself. Alright, you guys. I hope you liked this. And if... Oh, wait, I already said that. I totally got distracted. I'm sorry. I'm stacking my books to try and half them up. If you saw my October finishing book wrap-up, you'll saw how bad that went. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!